So now we're going to start phase 2 of the cervical radiculopathy rehabilitation. This first exercise that we're going to go through is called a cervical retraction or a chin tuck with extension. So we learned that kind of chin tuck position in phase 1. Now we're just going to expand upon it. So we're going to go into that same chin tuck or that chin kind of back towards the windpipe. Once we get there, we're going to try to hold that tuck and then extend our neck. We'll come back down and we'll release the tuck. Kind of re-go into that cervical retraction. Extend the neck. Head back down. Relax the neck. Pull back. Extend. Back down and relax. This is a great exercise because we're kind of stretching out all the fascia kind of along the front side of the neck. We're also kind of opening up that disc space. So as we extend, we're kind of trying to push that disc material back a little bit, trying to undo that kind of forward head position or that forward head posture. So we're retracting our chin, extending back. You might feel a nice stretch in the front and relax. Same kind of thing works with this one where we don't want to push through any pain barriers. So even though we're kind of in that phase 2 now, we're still kind of listening to our body and not pushing through any pain barriers. A good set and rep scheme is about 3 rounds of about 6 to 8 repetitions here. So a little bit fewer in the repetitions. We're still going to do about 3 rounds through in a day. So one more time. Chin tuck. Extend. And relax. This next exercise is called a banded diagonal. So you're going to grab your TheraBand. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with your thumbs facing up with your elbows straight out in front of you. Arms are going to start right around shoulder height. What you're going to do is you're going to extend one arm upwards and then extend the other arm downwards, making a diagonal pattern, then come back to where you started. Then we're going to do the opposite direction. Now my left arm is going down, right arm is going up and out, back to where I started. Okay, we're going to try to keep track of how many we're doing here. We're going to go for about 6 to 8 of these on each side. As I'm opening up, I'm kind of keeping my core tight and engaged. I'm keeping that good cervical posture. I'm not letting my head drop forward, but I'm kind of keeping it pulled back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades on the back side, and I'm making sure not to kind of rotate with the band. So my core is staying tight and engaged. I'm not rotating with the band here. The only thing that should be moving are my arms. One common compensation I see a lot of times in the clinic with this is people leaning way back to kind of get a little extra out of it. If you feel like you're having to lean way back, the band is probably too heavy. So again, that core is kind of staying locked, tight, and engaged as you open up. Shoulder blades should be working here. Shoulders should be working. You might even feel it in your core a bit. Going for about 6 to 8 of these each side, keeping that good chin tuck position the whole time. This exercise is called a banded scapular retraction with external rotation. So you're going to start with your band, probably picking a light band for this one. Elbows are going to be tucked at your side, thumbs are going to be up. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades, kind of pull on the shoulder blades back, and then you're going to open the hands up, keeping your elbows kind of close to your side. Hands come back together, re-squeeze those shoulder blades, opening the hands up. Should feel the outsides of the shoulders and the shoulder blades kind of lighten up here. So that's where you should feel the work. Good set and rep scheme here will be about 3 sets, 8 to 10 repetitions, maybe just a second or 2 of a hold at the end of each one of these. So I'm holding for a second or 2 here and then kind of coming back out of it. 6 to 8 repetitions, about 3 rounds through. This next exercise is called a serratus punch. It's a great exercise for promoting stability through the upper back and mobility through the cervical spine. You're going to grab a light weight. If you don't have any weights at home, use like a full water bottle or a can of beans, a can of soup. So I'm using a 5-pounder here. And you're going to sit up in the hook lying position. So on your back with your knees bent, we're holding a good cervical position, so a slight chin tuck. And what you're going to do is you're going to punch your shoulder towards the ceiling. So my elbow is totally straight here. And I'm punching up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take a pause there. I'm going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to come back down. punch up, deep breath in. Should feel a nice stretch on that inhale. Exhale, back down. So once we kind of get to that very top of the range of motion, that's where I'm going to take that breath in, opening up my rib cage. As I exhale, my shoulder comes back down to the ground. I'll punch up, deep breath in, exhale, back down. Should go for about 8 repetitions here, 8 to 10 repetitions, about 3 sets through. Breaking these up however they kind of fit into your day. This exercise should feel a little bit strenuous, kind of under the arm, but should feel like a really nice stretch through the upper back and into that cervical spine. This last exercise of phase 2 is called a chin tuck with a lift, or cervical retraction with a lift. It's a great exercise at promoting general cervical strengthening, especially through those deep cervical neck flexors. What you're going to do is you're going to sit up in the hook lying position, so laying on your back with your knees bent. You're going to start by going into a chin tuck. So we've already kind of learned that chin tuck. We're taking the chin right back towards windpipe, trying to do that almost double chin position. Once we establish that tuck, you're going to lift the back of your head up just an inch or two from the ground. You're going to hold for about a 10 count and then back down. For each one of these, re-establish that chin tuck. So the first move is that chin tuck, and then just that 1 or 2 inch lift. The most common compensation I see for this as people get tired is they lift way too high. So they're lifting way too high, and now we've kind of lost that deep cervical neck flexor activation. The second most common compensation I see is people not establishing that chin tuck, and they were just kind of hanging out on soft tissue structures, so on ligamentous structures, instead of getting the muscles going. So that would look like this. So instead, we want that chin tuck and then that lift. That's a strong position. It's going to be optimal for kind of getting the most out of this exercise. It doesn't take a whole lot with this one to get the benefits, so just about 10 seconds or so. If that does feel super easy for you, you can of course make it a little bit longer, but just that, make sure you're staying within that comfort zone. So chin tuck, and then a lift, hold for 10 seconds, and then back down. A good goal here would be go for about 2 sets of about 5 repetitions, trying to get that 10-second hold for each one of those 5 repetitions. Taking a little bit of a longer break between those sets, and then going again. Between each repetition, thinking just a second or two off before we tuck and lift again.